And pod start.
Good afternoon, Wooly. How are you?
Good. Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Did you have a good week playing both of the Game of the Year candidates for this year?
Oh, is that how we're going?
That is how we are going.
Yeah.
Just getting your feet into the only two contenders for Game of the Year this year.
Oh boy. What is that? Is that joining? Rebirth and
No, who cares?
No. Okay.
No.
All right. Well. Yeah, Balatro actually Game of the Year incoming.
Through the three Game of the Year contenders.
Hardcore. Absolutely, it's going down. I mean, if not, at least Balatro for best fighting game. we'll see. Yeah.
Would you even be mad?
I'll take it. That game has gotten a piece of my soul, man. It's really addictive. But to be fair, it did scratch the itch and replace Dicey Dungeons. I was playing Dicey Dungeons.
There's like the Venn diagram is like there's only two slivers on the sides that are different. Like those highly overlap.
Yeah, there's always a place in my life for turn-based, calm. I can do it while focusing on other things and does not require my attention or engagement game. Right.
I'm gonna call that a second monitor game.
Second monitor game. Yes. And it's actually like the pileup of stuff that is a first monitor game.
It's out of control. It's never been worse.
It is, and you're just like, oh god, I have to like sit and really lock time in for this thing. I have to put a session into this thing, and the worst thing, the last thing I want to do is turn a first monitor game into a second monitor game. So that feels bad.
So we've had this weird refrain for many decades of guy working at EGM, let's say, and then IGN and whatnot. And you'll see the review and it's like, I really wish this game wasn't so long. I have too many games to play. And you would go, fuck you, you fucking spoiled piece of shit. You got that shit for free. Shut up. I want Skyrim blah, 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 right? But we're now at the point where this particular, last 6 months, regular ass people are like, I wanted to finish the Persona 3 and then FF7 and Infinite Wealth and Dragon's Dogma all dropped simultaneously.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, whenever the cycle quiets down on a given thing, there's often a feeling of like, oh, that could have deserved more time or such. The fact that people like the fact that there's even a slight quieting on a game as large as Baldur's Gate 3 is madness. The fact that there's any kind of we're a little bit over talking about that is nuts. That's crazy. It's insanely big.
Remember how long Witcher 3 got to live in the spotlight?
That was around for a while. Yeah.
You remember that was like a 4 or 5 month period of like people just going like, God damn that Witcher 3 is the greatest RPG in the moment. It's like, no, who has time for this? RPG, then RPG, then RPG, then RPG.
And then the worst possible concession you can make is like to do the thing that I hate doing, which is like, I'm going to just play through this and not care about what's happening, and play something else in the background, not fully listen to it, not really, you know what I mean? Just like mash through. And then every once in a while when a cutscene starts, I'll be like, oh, I guess I'll check that out and go back to not care. Like that sucks.
That's the worst. That's the worst thing you can ever do.
The worst way to experience shit. And as you know, I have friends that like play shit that way. And I don't, if you're they're like, I'm playing games just to like, kill time after work and unwind and such. And like, there's a desire to not focus on any particular piece of media that much. And I'm like, okay, if that's the way your life is set up, then so be it. But that sucks because you're not.
Everybody has their own different fucking way of going about it. Some people view their TV, their movies, their music, and their video game as a filler for the other thing. I think my personal favorite is like talking. This is old. This is older than some of you listening, but talking to some of the dudes in Xbox Live chat in Halo 3 multiplayer. And guy number one was like, man, the music in this game is incredible. And guy number two goes, oh yeah, I've never heard the music in Halo literally ever. I just put my System of a Down CDs on in the background and just listen to that and turn all the game sound down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not like, you're not wrong. That's like a good choice.
I mean,
but it's also like, oh, it's weird.
If you're on our fucking 3 digits of multiplayer game and you've just decided to completely replace the sounds of that thing and there's no new assets to be seen, it's just you going through the motions, I completely get it, right?
Like I have friends who play FF14 and they play more FF14 than me. And then you're doing like a trial with them and they go like, you know what? It's been a while. Maybe I should turn the sound back on. And you're like, what? How long have you had the sound off? And they're like, oh, like a month.
But like,
because like I just can't handle listening to it even more.
Right. But the friend I'm thinking of friends I had in college where like all media at all times is maximum 80% immersion. No matter what it is, whether it's watching movie, watching show, playing game, anything, there's no full let's lock in and take the thing in, you know? It's there's a playlist with a Winamp playlist that's been
really whips the llama's ass.
It really does, and that thing plays in the apartment, and that thing's going 24/7 no matter what, whether a movie's on or off. There's no you know what I mean? There's just a little bit of a like, yeah, we're going to kill some time and then go do other shit, you know? Yeah, it's anyway.
Like every form of media is so that I don't get bored listening to the albums that I'm going to listen to no matter what.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So I don't want to turn anything into that. And so I end up ironically, I suppose, like getting through less of the first monitor games and spending a lot of time on shit like Balatro, where I'm just like, one more, you know. Ooh, I got a good run there. Yeah, nice. All right. Or Teppen, or Dicey Dungeon, or fucking Slay the Spire, or whatever it is, you know.
And like, hey, listen, those of you who are right there with us going, wow, this RPG glut is out of control. Don't you worry. I don't know if you put it on news there, Wooly, about the Dawn Trail timing. But Yoshi P walked out and said, hey, losers. So I figured you guys are going to want to play that Elden Ring DLC. So we'll release the expansion 7 days later. You have 7 days to play the Elden Ring DLC.
Literally on stage, just kind of goes, Elden Ring DLC. And everyone's like, I'll give you 1 week.
1 week is, we all know that's fucking not enough, right?
Threatening.
Like it's not possible.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And you know it's also because he wants to fucking play
it. Absolutely. Because like how much, like you go into the office, like how many of you guys are going to be playing the Elden Ring DLC, and like 40 hands go up. And they're like, okay, well we can't launch a fucking expansion if you guys are just going to be secretly playing the Elden Ring DLC at your desks.
Yeah, no, it's just, it's acknowledging what it is. Not that a week is enough, obviously. That's
it's
insane.
Not enough. It's not even close, man.
It's so much.
I am probably going to have to fucking wait on Dawn Trail because of the Elden Ring DLC, which is going to be weird. I haven't waited on one of those expansions. I haven't. I was about to say since, and it's like, I know
literally
I have
never.
not.
That is
I have not done that.
That is the priority. Okay. I mean, hey, now that's pretty much the same situation as Japan and Dragon Quest, right? It's like your life is going to be shifted around the release of this game.
I was talking with my raid buddies, and I was talking about that. They're like, yeah, maybe you gotta wait, but if you wait, you know, everybody's gonna have finished it, and they'll be like just available, right, for every time something comes up. And I go, you know what? my decision on whether or not I'm even going to stream Dawn Trail is dependent on one thing. And it is how cool the job action trailer is that is coming out in 1 month. The job action trailer is the one where they show off all the classes' new abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a really cool one, I'll be like, well, fuck, what am I going to fucking do? I'm not going to play. Well, I'm stupid.
But if, sure. But if there's not a cool one, then
I can wait. Then I can wait a little bit. Okay, so let me give you an example. When Shadowbringers came out, the class that I played, Dark Knight, they go, hey, here's your new capstone ability. You summon a stand that fights with you.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
No, that's the timeline I understand. It's the one where it's not cool, where it's like, okay, well, we're going through it just as hard, but we're gonna just not stream it, I guess.
Okay, let me try it to you this way. All right, let's say you're not playing Street Fighter 6 as often as you should, right? Or you think you would, right? You're like, I should get back to Street Fighter 6. Oh, Akuma's coming out. Oh, sick! I can't wait to play Akuma. And then word from on high comes down. I was like, yeah, Akuma sucks. Actually, he's actually no fun to play. And you're gonna go, I can wait.
Hey, Ed has challenges. Ed has I stuck by it, regardless. But yeah, okay, all right. It's the hype factor.
It's like fighting games.
Sure.